The first shipments of a Canadian-made rapid test for COVID-19 are being delivered today. The Ottawa-based company says Health Canada gave its approval over the weekend. The kits should ease prolonged testing delays and also reduce the pressure at public health labs. CBC's Arthi Pole is on the story. This company, what more is it saying about these test kits, Arthi?
Suhana, this is an Ottawa-based company, Spartan Bioscience, and we know that a letter of intent had been signed with the federal government and this company, roughly 3 weeks or so ago. That's when CBC News was first reporting about it, in order to try to, as you mentioned, reduce that backlog of testing that we're seeing in some key provinces, but really across the country, in order to get a better sense of the actual picture of how widespread this virus is in Canada. So now we're learning that, in fact, it has been approved by Health Canada, this testing device, these testing kits that are really handheld devices that are poised to be shipped out in the thousands as of now, is the latest reporting. And they are working to ramp up production so that production line can continue to up their sort of quantity to tens of thousands eventually, to really help with that backlog of testing so that testing can be done much more widespread. Now, this is not the sort of typical test. This is something that could be done, we heard from the CEO, within a doctor's office, even at a airport, if that is what is needed because of the nature of this specific device. Now, there was also a statement that was issued by the CEO of the company, Paul Lem, and he essentially said that they're grateful that the government really worked to expedite this approval and review process, going on to say that we're ready to start shipping our portable COVID-19 tests to the federal and provincial governments and to make them widely available to Canadians. There is an urgent, unmet need for rapid COVID-19 testing, and we are excited that our technology will be an important part of fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of the provincial demands we know come from Ontario and Quebec, some of the key hotspots in the country, Suhana.
Mm-hmm. What about this test in terms of how does it work? I mean, the question always goes through my mind when somebody says physical test is how much pain is involved?
You know, it's interesting because this one is different from the sort of diagrams that people have seen about that nasal swab that goes quite far back in the nasal cavity. This actually uses 2 mouth swabs and gets the inside of the cheeks, and then that is inserted into this handheld device. Now, we did get a chance to actually speak with the CEO of the company a few weeks back, and he described it a little bit more. Take a listen.
The way we can do it so fast is we've spent 14 years developing this portable DNA analyzer. And so it's the world's smallest DNA analyzer and extremely fast. And then we also have this proprietary custom swab and cartridge design, which allows us to extract the genetic material from the virus very quickly and then
So essentially, this will look at the genetic material, and they've been working for weeks to try and test whether or not it can detect a positive novel coronavirus DNA material that is within that virus. They've been working with positive tests of that. And so that is how they are making this work. That is how it is different. And as you mentioned off the top too, Suhana, this would be much faster, possibly within less than an hour, maybe even 30 minutes.
Thanks for that, Arthi. You stay healthy. CBC's Arthi Pole in Toronto.